And testing one, two, three. Mic levels look okay. How's everybody doing this week? Once again, this is Bronze Dragon, episode 115 of the Saturday morning stand-up, where we meet every week and we talk about Splinterlands. What's been happening in the game, what's new, what's old, what you've been up to, what I've been up to, trying to help out new players, as well as just talk about all the many things going on in the game. How's everybody doing today? Glad you stopped by. Thanks for spending some time with me. Let's look in the chat and see who's here. We got Kyle, who pointed out that he was first. Welcome, Kyle. Crypto Beaver's in the house. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in this fine world. Once again, I appreciate you spending some time with us and talking Splinterlands. DeHaas is here. Welcome. Good morning. Gathering the Magic's in the house. Good morning. Hot here in Michigan, 90 degrees already. Well, over here near Philly, it has been a hot one this week as well. So we are definitely in for it this summer. I was discussing this with my daughter on driving to work. We carpool a few times a week, and because we work in the same general area. And I was discussing, man, if it's this hot now, we're going to be really in for it in August. So get ready. Our Faded Glory Plays is here. Thanks for dropping by. Says, mowing my big job today. Dragon, I'm going to need a 3-hour stream. Oh, you're mowing today. Well, stay hydrated. Keep a wet bandana on your head and don't overheat yourself. Know your limits. I will say that, and depending upon your age, you can take a little bit more when you're a little bit younger, but as you get older, you tend to forget that you're getting older and remember what you could used to do whenever you were a kid, and sometimes it sneaks up on you. So take a break every half hour and go get yourself some water. Some Gatorade, whatever is your particular flavor. This particular morning, I am having sparkling ice, zero sugar, and I don't know what flavor. Oh, citrus twist. I like these, but I only like the citrus flavors. There's a few other flavors I don't particularly like that don't have the citrus in them. But if you're out mowing, I would suggest water. But good luck with that. Around here, my wife likes to mow the grass, so I let her. I learned early on that she liked to mow grass, so she wanted a John Deere tractor. So we don't have a huge yard, but we've got a big enough one where you need a riding mower to go ahead and do it. So I got her one of those. She keeps good care of it, and she enjoys mowing the lawn, so I let her do that. Me, myself, I hate mowing the lawn. I've had nasal allergies, hay fever type stuff since I was a kid, and I'll do it if I have to, but I have to wear a mask and everything. Otherwise, I'll be sneezing for 2 days. Either way, good luck with that. Let's see here. DeHaas says, we got sounds today. Yeah, I bought some new cables, and I even actually got an extra one just in case. And it's one of those ones you don't use very often. It's weird. It's one of the mini USB. We used to use it for a lot of different things, especially people who used Android phones and stuff. And then it turned into micro. But for some reason, that's what they're using on this microphone. So I got an extra one, and it's fabric wrapped, so it's a little bit stronger than the other one. So I'm prepared. Wibble's in the house with a big wee. Oh, wait a minute. He didn't even say we first. Wow, that's weird. Wibble says Bigfoot, a Yeti, and a Beaver card all in 1 week. Yeah, I was playing, if you were checking them out, I was playing around with some AI earlier in the week. And it really is one of my big interests these days. So I jumped on the craze of these Bigfoot and Yeti videos and took advantage of AI to make some for Splinterlands and also make some for Atlas Earth. As I come up with kind of relatively funny ideas, I'll probably be making more of them. So keep your eyes out on those. Yeah. And as far as the beaver goes, I mean, you got your point across, and I think the team heard it in this last town hall, so maybe we will see a beaver. Who knows? What's his name? Who makes the card had responded to you and said maybe on that entry level set they'll make a beaver. So, but you've been talking about it for years, so it takes a while to get your point across, I guess. I would like a bronze dragon though. They had pointed out that there was going to be I don't have the art handy, but there was a new dragon coming up, so that's always cool. And of course, we have Yaba's Pickle that is going to go live this coming week. You'll be able to buy that card, which they've been talking about for ages. And we also had the other new exclusive card that went live this week, which is Tasoshi Drakamoto. I think they continue to try to make the names harder and harder to pronounce for us people on YouTube, but. Okay, let's see here. Blind Mage from the North is here. Welcome, Blind Mage. Thanks for dropping by. Says, hello. Since Friday, Guild is crashing. What do you mean? What do you mean Guild is crashing, Blind Mage? Don't understand that question. Oh, Wibble went ahead and got the Wii in, second of all. Your Butt Kiss is here. Says, good morning, sir. No, you're a Butt Kiss. Well, I hope I don't kiss too much, but I try to be. Actually, in the days gone past, I was kind of known as one of the salty guys covering Splinterlands, but I didn't always have positive comments, and I still don't. But I kind of back down from, I just like covering stuff I like to cover and kind of give my take on it and try not to be like, hey, I'm not working for the team. I don't get anything out of it. I've spent thousands of dollars on this game over the last few years, as a lot of us have. So I just try to give my take on it. So, Supreme Victory Studios is here. Welcome. Hey, Karen's here. Welcome. Thanks for dropping by, Karen. Andrew Gordon's in the house. Greetings, Atlas Earth fans. Oh, hey, Andrew. Atlas Earth stream will be tomorrow. It occurs on Sunday. Today, on Saturdays, we talk Splinterlands. So I used to put them together, but I found that the discussion just didn't go well together. So 2 different games, and I split them up, and we have 2 different live streams, and it's worked out pretty well. So if you're here to talk about Atlas Earth, I'll save you a little bit of time. Just stop back by tomorrow at noon, and we have the Atlas Earth sessions on Sunday. But thanks for dropping by, Andrew. Gathering says, working on leveling my rewards cards, since it sounds like we have about 3 months or so until the next reward set. Yeah, I haven't heard any dates put out on those. I know everybody's always talking about it and everybody's putting guesses out, but I haven't heard any dates put out, and they don't like to put out dates, obviously, because things can, with other things they're working on, the dates can go out a little bit. So I'm still working on mine. Let's see here. In fact, let's see, I was playing some brawls this morning, so I was over here on this. Let's go to play and ranked, and I don't even think I've spent anything from rewards. I'm up to about 1,200,000 glint. We could spend some here. You know what I need to do is I need to go in and I need to get a card this week. I've been trying to buy a card every week to strengthen my gold foil deck. So let's take a look. I think what I wanted to do, let's refresh this. I'm working on my Epics gold foil for Conclave Arcana because I've been trying to fill the low end. I tried to fill the bronze gold foil brawl for my guild, but we just moved up, so there's no bronze anymore. So I have to try to do silver. I did silver this week. I'm not doing so hot, but we'll see how that turns out. Let's go to Conclave, of course, and gold foil. For those of you that are new and you're new to Splinterlands, I would suggest looking at there's a few other places you can buy Splinterlands cards. I prefer monstermarket.io because when you buy something off of Monster Market, a certain portion, I think it's 10%, 5%, I'm not sure, that you spend on the site gets refunded to you directly in DEC, so over in your wallet on Hive Engine. So I've loved that, and I've taken advantage of that. So I want to go to Goldfoil, and I want to go to Epic, and I think you guys can give me your opinions, but let's see. You can see where I currently stand. These are the epics I currently have: Blazebeard, Warwall, Folan, Aaron Duriel, Ferris Brewer, and Hodler. And to tell you the truth, I use Ferris Brewer, which sounds suspiciously close to Ferris Bueller, and Hodler a lot. I tend to use them a lot. Except for like in high mana matches, I found they come in very handy. This one seems to be very popular, these two as well, but I haven't got a chance to use them that often. So that's what we're looking at, and I'm kind of leaning towards Leolin Sifu. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. We'll jump back into chat and see what everybody's doing. Let's see here. So Gathering's still working on his rewards cards, which I am too, on both my accounts. DeHaas says, heading out to Mo while listening. Okay, well, good luck. Paul Taylor says, nice shirt. I bought a new Pink Floyd shirt last night. Oh, you like that? My daughter got this for me for Father's Day last week, so I'm sporting it. Actually, I have, let's see here if I can pull this up. Sorry, I had to trying to open this. I had taken a picture of it. And now this is zoomed in way too much. Okay, here it is. That's what it actually looks like, the whole chest of it. I thought it was, I've seen a lot. I'm a fan of Pink Floyd. I have seen a lot of Pink Floyd shirts over the years, but I had not seen one like this. My daughter saw it, and she's particularly artistic, kind of like me, crafty, and she loved it, so she got it for me for Father's Day. And by the way, kind of on this same topic, if you have Netflix and you are a child of the 60s and 70s like I am, you need to watch the new show that they put out called Becoming Led Zeppelin. This is a little bit more than 2 hours, but man, is it a good show. It's got so much raw footage from Led Zeppelin's past that you probably haven't seen, and it's got full-length cuts of, especially they cover Led Zeppelin 1 and Led Zeppelin 2. I know this isn't a music show, but sometimes we talk about this because I'm particularly motivated by music. It's what I find relaxes me. So I love Led Zeppelin as well. So check that out. It's called Becoming Led Zeppelin on Netflix. Well worth my time last night. Let's see here. See what everybody's else saying. Let's see here. DeHaas says Lightning Dragon looks great. Yeah, I saw that artwork. Obviously, it was just the dragon. Didn't see any details. You know me. I'm always interested in a new dragon. I can't always afford them, but always interested in them. Gathering says, my wife is having trouble entering team for a guild brawls as well. Having to keep refreshing. Says she's already in a match. I had that same thing happen to me this morning. I was trying to put my brawls in, and it was giving me this error. And in fact, it resulted in me fleeing one of the matches. Okay, so there's definitely something wrong. Let's go to guild brawls. So you can see that I fled this, but I didn't really flee it. It's because all these errors, and I think I ended up losing some of these. You know, I'm not going to bail out of the fact that I'm not as strong in gold at silver as I was in bronze because my deck just isn't there yet. But every single one of these matches, I got an error, you know, the red error that comes up. And then I had to refresh the page really fast and then click on it, and it showed me the actual match. So there's definitely something wrong going on today. Yeah, so I'm seeing the same thing as she is. Okay, so let's go back. Did anybody say... DeHaas says Leland has been huge for me in the last week. Well, Gathering says Leland and Lucky Longshot are good cards. Okay, let's go back here. I was just scrolling forward. So it really comes, I don't have Lucky Longshot in gold or Leland Sifu. Lucky Longshot is death, and I've been playing a lot of the gnomes, so I guess I'm going to go for Lucky Longshot now. I'll go for that this week. I'll probably do Leland next week. I've been buying one per week. Let's see here. Let's go ahead. I've got enough credits. And on that matter, I've been using credits like since that last bridge went down. I don't know if anybody else is having any luck with this new bridge they set up, but I am not. So get DC and the ramp. Sorry, wrong terminology. I'm just not having any luck with this ramp network. It's doing nothing for me. I've tried multiple browsers. I've tried to clear my cache, cookies, all that. Like I said, I've tried 3 different browsers. I even tried going over on the ramp network and signing up for the account and thinking that that was the problem. And I still can't get it to go through on the ramp network. Okay, so just a word on that. Maybe other people are using it, but I've been having to use credits, which of course the team converts to DEC on the back end. So the DEC does get the usage and whatever gets burned or whatever, and they get their profit out of it. But yeah, I have not been able to buy SPS or DEC for weeks. Well, for months now. But I do have a steady stream of I'm just doing some chores here. I have a small amount. I know these liquidity pools are getting ready to be turned off because we just voted for them, but I'm still claiming a little bit of SPS here. And I do have a little bit that comes in. I've been keeping a little bit over 1,000 SPS kind of liquid in case I want to convert it to DEC. But the rest I've been continuing to go ahead and just stake. Let's go ahead and stake. Sorry, I'm just doing some chores here that I should have done earlier. I need to take a look at my land too. Hey, it's a little bit over a quarter till. You know what that means? Let's give away a pack. Put hashtag SPS to the moon in chat if you want to get in on the standard Conclave Arcana pack giveaway. Wheel. Good old wheel of names. Hashtag SPS to the moon to get your name in on a pack. Possibility of getting a pack. And then we'll jump back into chat. Just keep things rolling. Rolling. Keep those doggies rolling. Hey, Joffrey's here. Welcome, Joffrey. Thanks for dropping by. Crypto Beaver. International. Preview this. The Hoss. Paul. Pompeii 72, welcome. I haven't seen you here for a while. Thanks for dropping by. Okay, we'll give it another minute. Once again, if you're just dropping in, we are giving away a standard Conclave Arcana Splinterlands pack, courtesy of Blaze, who sent me some packs a couple weeks ago, and I'm just getting to the end of them. I'm giving away a few a week, just to keep things interesting, you know. Let's jump back into chat and give this a minute. International Travel Channels here. Guten Tag. Andrew Gordon says, thanks about tomorrow, AE, but curious today about Splinterlands. Thanks for your videos. Well, thanks for watching them. I try to cover things that I think people want to, find interesting, as well as myself. I've been playing Splinterlands for several years now, probably more than 4 years now, and I've been playing Atlas Earth for more than a year now, so that gets my main attention these days. I play lots of other games though. So let's see here. Gathering says get some more legendary draws and gold foil commons, gold foil rare draws. Yeah, I'm going to open up another pack today, my standard gold foil pack. Blind Mage says error message when I start a brawl. Yeah, same thing here. What I would suggest is if you're doing brawls and you're getting an error message, refresh the page and click that button that says there's a message that comes up and it says, hey, you're already in a brawl. Click that and then it'll load your brawl for you. Obviously, this wastes like 20 seconds off of your time you have to pick your brawl, but that's how I got through it. Okay, let's look back down here. Let's see here. Wibble. We've got preview this. We've got Karen's in the house. Let's see here. Get Karen on the list. We got Lucky Dwarf. And our Faded Glory plays. Okay, let's give this away. Once again, whenever we get the winner, I'll need your hive name to send it to you. Okay, let's do a couple shuffles here. And then spin. Cross your fingers. Okay, looks like Lucky Dwarf. Congratulations, Lucky Dwarf. Put your hive name, your Splinterlands name in chat so I can send it over to you. And MA1T is in the house. Welcome. Thanks for dropping by. You were just 30 seconds too late to get in on this drawing. But stay tuned. We may have another giveaway later on in the show. So yeah, Lucky Dwarf, put your Splinterlands / hive name. Okay, so it's Lucky Gamer. Okay, let's send a pack right over to you. And it is a standard pack. It is one. Lucky Gamer. Okay, transfer. Okay, there you go. Good luck. Let us know if you get anything good. Okay, jumping back into chat. Once again, thanks for dropping by, spending a little bit of time here on a Saturday. Yeah, if you're just dropping in, there does seem to be an issue with gameplay in Splinterlands today, especially that we've noticed with guild brawls. What happens is you try to put in a brawl, you get an error message. What I would suggest and how I got through after I figured out, I ended up having to give up one of the brawls before I figured out what was going on, is once you get that error message, refresh the page and then click on the little message that says you already have a battle going on. Click on that. That will load your brawl. So, yeah. So obviously that needs to be looked at. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do my weekly. Let's go ahead and buy a card pack. We could talk about the pickle if you want to talk about the pickle, or if you're sick of talking about the pickle. What's everybody going to do with the pickle? I like the idea of the card, but it's probably once again going to be a little bit too expensive for me. It's a good support card. It's got healing. It's got healing and slow on it, and a few other things. But to pick up that healing, you have to have it all the way at the max. You only have to take it to 8 to get that slow. But we could do the numbers. But usually, when the last few of these, they've just been so expensive that, like the last one, I only took to like level 4 or 5, just due to expense. Kind of cool, funny looking, rather. But let's go ahead and buy a Conclave Arcana pack, and I want an Alchemy pack. Let's go with credits because I can't buy DEC anymore. Or let's say I don't want to jump through the hoops of buying DEC and transferring it around. So once again, that's one of those things that they have to solve, in my opinion, to get widespread appeal. They've got the new app launched on the Android market, which is a great step. They need it to be launched on the iOS market, and I know there's problems with the iOS market that they have with games that are crypto related. But the next step and the puzzle piece there is having an easy way for people on mobile, especially, to buy DEC and SPS and not jump through 100 hoops. Whatever they have set up now just isn't working for me. So let's go ahead and buy one pack here and see what I get. I need to make sure that I have some black foil, some midnight potions, which I do think I have. I've stopped making purchase successful. I get one pack and I get an extra mage wagon. Okay. So let's go back to open. And yeah, I have 10 midnight potions left, and I have plenty of the others. So let's go ahead and open my Conclave Arcana pack for the week. Cross your fingers for me. Let's see what I get. And then we'll jump back into chat. Well, okay. Oh, hey, check that out. This is going to be the best pack I've opened in weeks. Okay, so we've got 2 standard, we've got a rare, and we've got 2 epics. Okay, and this first one's going to be a gold foil. So let's open the standard first. Conclave Tracker. I like a tracker. I really like cards with opportunity, to tell you the truth. Now, the gold foil is a Fenmore Gorgon, common. We've got the rare, which is Anu Huntswoman, which I've used a few times in the last week. Okay, the first epic is Blazebeard. Nice, nice. And the second epic is Hodler. Okay, so let's go ahead. Those are 2 I already had, but I do need to level them up. So let's check those out, and then we'll get back to chat. Okay, so okay, so here's the new one I just bought, Lucky Longshot. Oh, you know what? Those were just standard foils. Those were not gold foils. So let's take off the gold foil and then go to... Okay, so yeah, I have 2 standard foils of Blazebeard, and what was the other one I got? Okay, so Hodler. I've got 1 standard foil, 4 standard foils of Hodler, and then 1 gold foil. So that's where I stand. Not bad. The last couple weeks I've drawn, and the packs just have been less than stellar. So that's a good thing. Good draw this week. Okay, let's go back to that. Let's catch up with some chat here. International Travel Channel says, as an on-ramp, I usually send Litecoin to Hive Engine, convert it, and bring it into the game. Gathering the Magic says, trying to decide which Archon to pick up with my newest $10 account, Rebellion Rare Archon or the new Bloodline ones. Interesting question. You know what? Most of my stuff I've been buying has just been new stuff. Let's go, because I've been trying to fill out my, my modern gold foil brawl kind of things, So let's go to Archons. So the ones I've been really having good luck with, frankly, are Razzie Clank Trap, and we're just talking modern here. Bella, I've been pretty good at use with. Okay with Gorgug. I have not been using Gorgug that much. And Fythe, okay. I do like Underboss Fabino, which I have left over from the last set. The other nice ones like Max Pruitt, I only have at level 1, so I don't use it very often whatsoever. So I like Razzie. If you don't have Razzie, I would get Razzie first, and then probably Bella. Those are my 2 strong picks from the newest set. Thought I was going to use Kavor Skarn more than I do, really, but I haven't used him very much at all. Hey, Lady Sharon's here. Welcome. Thanks for dropping by. Sharon says, hello. As a potential new player, I have a couple questions. Can people raid you and take stuff on this game? I've always hated that in games like Game of War. No. they cannot raid you. People, it's not like a PvE game. I mean, it is a PvE game. When you're playing, most oftentimes you're playing against some other person, a match against another person. Now, they do have liquidity bots in the game, meaning that if you try to find a match and there isn't an actual person looking for a match at that time, then you go up against the computer, basically. But they don't take your cards. Now, there is a mode, a relatively new mode that's called survival mode. And this is not for everybody, and it's most likely not for new players. But I want to describe it just for a minute here to give you an idea what it is. Survival mode is a mode that you can play in, but if you lose, then a certain amount of your cards will be in a they're kind of sitting the bench for a while. They have a it's kind of like being in PvE in a game where you get beat, so you can't use those cards for a certain amount of time. The other player doesn't get them. It's just you cannot use them for a certain amount of time. Survival mode is a mode for people that have a lot of cards, basically. So no, people, if you get beat, they don't get your cards or anything like that. And you can play in mild or modern, and modern is the two newest sets. And wild, obviously, like it sounds like, you can play any card in the game. Wild does have a fee to play on a season basis, and each season is 2 weeks. So it just depends. Most new players, when you come into the game, you're going to be in modern. You're going to go through the newer campaign mode, which they just dropped some new. I haven't got a chance to go through the new chapters in the campaign mode. And basically, campaign mode is a little story, and it goes through and it tells you, it shows you how to play, just like in other games, you know. And you earn some new cards for playing through the campaign mode. And they're going to, one new cool thing is that they're going to continue adding chapters to this as time goes along, and it's going to go past like the standard tutorial type missions. It's going to go into a storyline where it gives us something to do to go in there that isn't just the standard old play versus somebody else match. You know, it's going to be a storyline. There's going to be puzzle elements to it. Like, I've heard that the final chapter of this new one that was released this week is quite hard to beat. So I like that idea, and we've talked about this a lot. But basically, it's something that has been put in to improve the new player experience, teach you how to play the game, and you know, it's going to go past that and give us something that is kind of quote unquote PvE in the game, where it's not just you versus somebody else. So very cool thing, and they are I pressed the wrong button. They are you know, bringing a lot of new stuff into the game. Let's buy some stuff. Let's see here. I do always want to get my use my merits. I usually buy like 3 rounds of merits. These can be used in the guild. Like I said, if you're a new player, you need to get yourself in a guild. I've said this a dozen times or more, but you can use your merits to buy special packs. Which, you know, in the big picture of things, might be the next thing up for redesign. We've talked about it. These have been out for quite a while. They're still very strong cards, a certain amount of them. None of them are terrible, but let's go ahead and spend in the guild shop. So I've got 22,000. Let's do, how many packs do I have to open? So I've got 50 Gladius cases. I'll just do an episode on this. But the Gladius cases are what I'm talking about. You need to get yourself in a guild, and then buy some Gladius cases, because those, let's just go over to items. A little bit of a brain fart there, and let's reset. But you can, oh, they took the words Gladius off of it. Oh, so they just put them under other. So these are the cards I'm talking about, and I've earned those over the years. But you'll notice that if I'm correct, I think all of them have Bloodlust, which makes them all very strong. Bloodlust is a very strong power to take advantage of. And there's some of these cards that are just extremely underrated, like Katrelba Gobson. She is listed as a common, but you and I, if you've been playing for a while, you know Katrelba is not a common. Katrelba should have at least been an epic, in my words. Now, Quora is an epic. I think with her, I think she's the strongest card in the batch. She could have easily been a legendary. There's a few of the legendaries that aren't as good as Katrelba. Sola's good, Genie Guys is good, but these are the cards I'm talking about. I just try to throw these things out there for new people or hanging around, trying to soak up a little bit of knowledge. Okay, let's see here. MA1T says, I haven't watched my battle yet, but I tried the pickle in my tourney. Gathering says, you can't be rated in Splinterlands. No worries there. Lady Sharon goes on to say, in the same vein, do you lose anything, such as cards, when you lose a match? No, you do not. I take that back. You lose 1 energy. So the way that the amount of, so I'm full now, and I turned off my bot for this stream, and I also turned it off because I thought earlier the problem I was having with the brawls might have been with the bot that I have playing. But you have 50 energy, and 1 energy is recouped per hour. So that's kind of the way you're limited on how many matches you can play, okay? But you can actually go in, so you recoup 24 energy a day, so you can do 24 battles a day, right? But you can go into the shop, excuse me, and you can buy energy with the glint that you earn for playing. So if you find that you run out of energy, you can go in here and buy energy. You can also get energy if you choose a random loot chest to buy. These loot chests can have a lot of different things in it. They can have reward cards, potions, merits, energy, and they have a very small chance of hitting some kind of cool jackpot, so the minor chests have 1 copy of a card in them, whereas the better chests have more and more copies. If you hit a card, you're going to get 4, 5, 6, 8, whatever copies of that card. So, but the price gets more progressive. So the only thing that you lose for playing a match is 1 energy. Now, when you do play a match, you do get, let's go, I haven't been on a good track lately. I've been losing more than I've been winning. But this last win, you'll see that I won 4.8 SPS. I won 964 glint, and you get a little bit of rating. If you lose a little bit of rating. So it's just like any other game where it keeps track of your rating and it tries to match you up against, people who are of similar rating. So it's not the match isn't extremely out of whack, So you will lose a little bit of rating, but that's nothing, no skin off of your account or anything. And you will lose, you don't lose SPS, but you just don't make any SPS, and you don't make any glint. So you do want to win to earn SPS and glint, but you don't really lose anything other than that energy for playing the match. Gathering says, you don't lose anything in a match, just a bit of pride. Yeah, it just really depends upon who you're playing. Sometimes somebody pops up like Wibble. I always like beating Wibble, but People's Guild is here. Welcome. Thanks for dropping by. Howdy. International Travel Channel welcomes the People's Guild. Lady Sharon says, just the fact I can play with the new app, I want to try that. But to be honest, I only want to buy the spell book and then play with whatever the game gives me. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Let me know how it goes. We can answer any questions you have, Sharon. That's the way that they design the game. You can jump in and you can play and play for free, decide whether you like the game. If you do, spend $10 on a spell book. When you buy that spell book, and if you decide, use my code that I leave in the show notes always. But you get 5 packs for free that you can open up, and they're cards that you can use. and you'll have the other cards you can use to get started, and you'll have the cards that when you go through the campaign mode, you get those cards to use. So you'll have cards to use, and then as you play, you earn glint. You can save those glint up and go into the shop, and I would suggest just buy some rarity draws here. Start off with your commons. Once in a while, buy a rare if you can afford it, and then as you get going a little bit more, jump in and buy some epics. Legendaries are pretty expensive, but the epics in my I've said this 100 times, but I think the epics are stronger than the legendaries in this set anyway. So, and then once in a while, if you want to, if you get yourself in a guild, always take advantage of those merits and get those Gladius cases as well. So, we're still looking for them to replace these, put something new in the store, which they said they were going to do, but they haven't put anything new in the store for a while, though. But welcome to the game, Sharon. Let me know if you have any questions. Just ping me in Discord. We'll get them answered. And one of the good things about this chat on a weekly basis is if you have a question, if I can't answer it, there's probably somebody in chat that can answer it. Gathering says, I have some starter tutorials for people that don't want to spend money other than the spellbook. Yeah, check out Gathering the Magic site because he has a particular line of videos that he's been doing where he took $10, bought the spell book for his account and for an account, and he's been progressing that just by playing the game. A few other things, he gives the details and talks about how he's progressing the game, making his deck stronger, etc. Pretty interesting line of videos that he's doing, so you'll definitely want to check that out. Sharon says, I think I have Google Play credit, and if I'm not, I'm about to try to redeem a misplay card, so it will effectively be free. I just wish I could play Splinterlands through misplay. Yeah, that would be nice. Let's see here. I'm falling behind in chat. Let's see here. Lady Sharon says, Gathering the Magic on here. YouTube, also looking for people showing how to play through the app because I'm unlikely to use my computer. I hope they do buy, rent, and trade cards on the app eventually as well. Gathering the Magic has a channel here by his name on YouTube that you can check out. I'm hoping that the iOS app goes live pretty soon as well. You won't see a lot of videos, including the app, because it's relatively new. When the iOS comes out, I want to do it. The Android and iOS are going to look relatively the same. They're going to look the same, really. It's just what's going to be different and I don't have any news on this, but I think it's going to be some features are going to be different because it's harder to get an app through the iOS store. They're a lot stricter on anything involving cryptocurrency. So it remains to be seen exactly what it is. When it does go live on iOS, I'll be doing some videos on it just to check it out and see how it works. I'm not a big player on my on my mobile device, but I realize what that means for the game because, as I've said it a lot of times, the bulk of people worldwide that play games on their mobile device is so much larger than the number of people that play from a PC, that if you have a new game, you need to get it on mobile and you need to make it mobile friendly. So I'm glad that they've done that this year. Just looking forward to seeing it on iOS. Alex T's here says they won't add new gladiators until at least next year. Yeah, I haven't heard about. They've talked about it a little bit, but it's been on the back burner. But we've had these same gladiator cards for quite a while, so you got to start wondering when it's going to be. Let's see here. Lady Sharon says, I sort of want to try to sell random cards to make money to buy cards eventually. Yeah, that's the whole idea. Buy, sell, trade cards. The cards that you earn for free in game, you're not going to be able to readily sell. They do have a way that you can turn around and sell them, but you do have to spend a little money to open them up. And that's because Back in the day, this game did have free reward cards. In other words, they were unlocked cards. You earned them and you could turn around and sell them. But what happened was armies of bots flooded the system and basically earned a lot of these cards, turned around and flooded the market. So the market was just basically, these cards were going for a penny a piece instead of what they currently are going for when you buy a pack and you can turn around. And, as far as I know, the Rebellion packs and the new Conclave Arcana packs that you can buy and open up, just like any other card game, a lot of times they hold their value right at what you're buying the pack for or more, especially if you pull a legendary or something or a black foil. Man, you pull a black foil and you've bought yourself a couple hundred packs, right? So, it's just like a loot chest. You open a pack and hope for a good card, and if you want to turn around and sell it, then you can make a lot of money off of it. But the stuff that you're going to earn straight off the game is going to help you get better at playing the game or give you more to pick from and make your deck stronger, but you're not going to readily be able to turn around and just sell it just right up front, because they found that was a variable that was leading to the ruin of the game, and they had to change that around. So, Gathering the Magic says, check out a Honex to pick up some cheap cards and then sell them off on the marketplace. Yeah, I did that when they first dropped that, and I was able to get one card off, but to me, that is just run by bots now. I tried very hard for a week, get any other card off of those, and I think my take on it is it's just run by bots. So I just stopped even bidding on those cards. If anybody doesn't know, you can go over to Honex, and it's another way to bid on cards. Relatively new one, announced a few weeks ago. Let's just say ending soon. And like I said, I did win one card, but I found that you have to sit here, and you have to sit here. You have to be here right when the thing is ending, and you have to have a right bid. I've had bids put in, and don't try to bid within the last 20 seconds of the auction. It's not going to go through. It's going to fail out. And I have this strong suspicion that all these wins are coming from bots, So it's great that we have another option here for buying cards, and theoretically you can get a good deal on here, but good luck trying to get a bid to go through, and winning one. So that option is there, though. So thanks for bringing it up. Indie Gamer says the dragon one is good in Silent Summoner. That's good to know. We're all pretty new to this set, so we're all learning. MA1T says, Razzie useful for close range or mostly just setting up Painforge teams. I like the Painforge, but I really like setting up the range and then just having that across. And I just seem to have a good selection of the gnomes at this point in time. So, Alex T says they go on cooldown. Yeah, that's right. We were talking about that. Wibble says, anyone got the new promo thing? I have not bought it. Not that I dislike it or anything. It's just that I haven't bought it yet. I have to consider, it is on the fire team. It is a Drakashan, though. So it would be another card to use with the Drakashan, almost said summoner, but Archon, which we were just talking about. Indie Gamer was just talking about. Our Faded Glory Plays says, I grabbed one of the new promos off the market for $250. Nice. Sharon says, haven't downloaded yet. We'll be going slow, so took a pic of that, of chat. I don't think I've ever played a game where you buy stuff everywhere, so I don't know. I think I feel comfortable with that. Well, if you have any questions, just let me know. Ping me in in Discord. I'll let you know. Yeah, well, it's the whole idea of getting a blockchain game. So for a person that's coming in from outside blockchain, yes, it takes some getting used to. But basically, it's just different websites that hook into the blockchain. And what can happen is that you can buy, sell, and trade things back and forth. Like I said, I most often use monstermarket.io, and I don't really have to transfer anything. It just knows how much DEC and credits I have in Splinterlands because it's connected to Splinterlands. And it's probably connected on the backside by API call. I don't know the specifics, but it's connected, and it just automatically knows how many credits, how many DEC I have, the cards I have, and such. So I can buy, sell, trade here. I just like it because I bought that card for $14.50, whatever it was, and we can go over to my wallet on Hive Engine. Let's refresh. And on on Hive Engine, that shows it's a wallet. It shows all the credits I have that are on Hive, which is the blockchain we're using for Splinterlands. And you can see that. Okay, so currently I have 3,000. So some of that 3,000 was from that card buy, and basically just because I bought it on Monster Market, I got like 5 or 10% back of of that $14 in DEC, and it just dumped it in my wallet here. And then I can take this and I can go over to Splinterlands and I can go up to DEC and I can transfer, and I can go from Hive Engine to in-game, and I can just say, what was that? 3,030. I can say 3,030. And you see I'm sitting at 44,000 here, so that'll be up around 47,000 something or other. And what that does is it transfers it out of my Hive Engine wallet. Let's go ahead and do a refresh here. Sometimes it takes a minute. But yeah, the DEC, it transferred all the DEC out, and we'll do a refresh here, and you'll see that now my balance in game is at 47,000. So it's yeah, it takes some getting used to when you're not used to blockchain related games, but it is handy and it is pretty quick compared to other blockchains. One of the things I like about Hive is it's pretty quick, and it's the fees are very minimal, if none. You know, some blockchains you have to be very careful when you start trading and sending things back and forth because there's a fee. On Hive, as far as I know, it's not much, if anything. Just you just don't notice it. I'm not the biggest expert on Hive. I just like it because I have a lot of different games that I play, and you can see that a lot of these different games have their own token. And they're in my wallet, like Shard, that's from Golem Overlord that I also play. Archmage, this is my token for using the Archmage bot. Crop is over for Decrop, so I don't want to overload you with information, but there's a lot of different games. Sorry, I had a drink in my mustache, one of the hazards of having a mustache. Yeah, one of the things I loved about Hive is there's so many different games I play that it's very easy to use. You know what? I forgot. Let's go ahead and give away another pack. Let's go ahead and give away another standard pack. Once again, Lucky Dwarf is out of this one because they already won one. In the chat, put hashtag Yaba's Pickle to get your name in on a drawing on a standard Conclave Arcana pack. If you want to get in on the pack, put hashtag Yaba's Pickle. I know I've missed a lot of chat, but hey, Bon Galaban's in the house. Welcome. I watch her. She's also got a channel on YouTube. Check her channel out. She does YouTube content or Splinterlands content, as well as some standard kind of lifestyle content as well. Okay, let's start getting people's name on this list. We've got Sudion, Wibble, M. Thompson's in the house. Welcome. Don't remember that name. Always love to see new names. Crypto Beaver. DeHaas. How's that lawn mowing going, DeHaas? Battle Beasts. Sounds like a game, Battle Beasts. The People's Guild. People's Guild also has a channel on YouTube where they talk about Splinterlands, talk to people who are higher up, more popular, you know, kind of the names around Splinterlands, more influential people within Splinterlands, and they interview them on a weekly basis. Podcast style. International. Pompeii 72. DeHaas is already on there. Paul Taylor. Tails is here. Welcome, Tails. Thanks for dropping by. Tails has been helping Splinterlands set up the drops in why is that name what are those drops called? The new drops going to be the card brain fart. Oh, Wibble's already on the list. The hoss is about halfway done taking water breaks. Good. Dustin. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a brain fart. I don't use the service a lot. It's the service where they do a lot of streaming. Tails streams over there. I don't know why I'm forgetting this. Either way, there's going to be, you know how you get random game drops for watching streams? They're going to set that up, and it's not on YouTube for some reason. I don't know if YouTube has a way we can do that, but he's helping the team set up the streams. I don't know why I'm having such a brain fart. Twitch. So it's Twitch drops that they're talking about setting up, and they have a special new card that they're setting up specifically for that. And basically, it's a cool. It's like a guy, and he's got a beer mug in each hand, and basically to encourage people to watch Twitch streamers. Who are streaming Splinterlands stuff. Unfortunately, I don't stream on Twitch, and in fact, I had a hard time even remembering. I'm scrolling over here to see. I put it in my last video a couple days ago. Trying to find it on the town hall. I can't readily find it. Oh, here it is. That's the Twitch drop. I'm hoping to get some somehow to give away on my streams over here on YouTube, but we'll see how that goes. But that's the new guy. And it is a neutral, which I think is cool, and it's a rare. So basically to encourage people, it's part of the new marketing to encourage people to watch over and stream. Yeah, DeHaas says the name is Arena Fanatic. Yeah, I forgot. Okay, let's go ahead and draw. Anybody notice that their name is not on this list that wants to be on the list? I'll give you one more minute. Brian Wu just made it in. I like neutral cards. In fact, when I first started playing the game, I saw the value in neutral cards. In fact, neutral cards usually run a little bit more than the other splinters because there's such a wider variety of matches you can play them in. So basically, you can play neutrals in any match except for if you get no neutral match, obviously. So there's a little bit wider variety, and they give a little bit more power to your deck. Okay, well, let's go ahead and shuffle, 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 and spin. Cross your fingers. And Battle Beast gets it. Battle Beast, let me know in the chat what your Splinterlands name is, your Hive name, and I will send you that pack over. Gathering says, okay, decided and bought Bella for my newest account. Nice. Alex T says, the People's Guild is falling fall. They used to have good alpha, and now they just talk about mustaches falling off. Oh, I don't know. I think there was something about mustaches on one of the, it's like behind the, it's like a inside joke, I guess. Alex T says, I don't have to pretend to be who I guess I just don't understand what you're talking about. Okay, Battle Beast, let me know in the chat what your Splinterlands name is. I try to keep it lighthearted on this. There's a few characters that drop by on a weekly basis that spice up the chat once in a while, as long as it's not outright, you know, starting a fight, you know. Battle Beast, once again, we're waiting on you. Let us know what your Splinterlands name / Hive name is in chat. And once again, thanks for everybody dropping by. Another week, episode 115 in the can. Thanks for helping me out. Please leave a like and subscribe on the channel if you haven't already. That lets the YouTube algorithm know that my shows are worth watching. Battle Beasts, let me know. Come on, we're waiting on you. I want to send that pack over. I'm just rechecking chat because I didn't see you had posted. What is your Hive name / Splinterlands name? Okay, well, yeah, I seem to remember a game named Battle Beasts. Snowballs, we are about to sign off, but we're waiting on Battle Beasts to let me know what his or her in-game name is. Oh, it's the same name? Maybe I didn't see that. Let's go ahead and send it over. Okay, congratulations to the winners, and everyone have a good week. Once again, this has been Bronze Dragon. I hope everyone on your side is happy and healthy. Stay out of the, if you can't stay out of the heat, at least remember to stay hydrated. I'll see you in Splinterlands.